Here's where the Jets front office went wrong. They should not have gotten Josh McCown, because if they really wanted to lose games, Josh McCown is not bad, and he really was never terrible in any of the places he went. His problem was he always got hurt because he was playing for the Browns, or I believe, did he play for the Bears at one point?
He played for a lot of teams.
He's played for a lot of teams. He was playing, his most recent stint, I guess I can remember, was with Cleveland, and he put up good numbers. He was a good quarterback, but he was getting hammered back there, and then I think he ended up separating his shoulder, got injured, got a concussion or two. So he's never been able to really stay on the field, and he's always been in a situation where they always have a younger guy behind him that they're like, you know, ready to throw in, even if McCown is playing well. So this is really the first spot he's been where, one, he's stayed healthy for 5 weeks, and two, the Jets' young quarterbacks are not good, so they're not. I don't think they're dying to put in Bryce Petty or Hackenberg at this point. So McCown, one funny story about McCown, before we get into the matchup, I covered my first job. My first job out of college, I was working for the Danbury News-Times, my hometown paper in Connecticut, and the coach of the Hartford Colonials, the now defunct Hartford Colonials, which I don't even remember the league it was. But do you remember
UFL,
what it was?
It lasted from 2009 to 2012. It
was the UFL. So the coach was Chris Palmer, who was a Danbury guy. So we were covering the team in its inaugural season, and McCown was their quarterback, and this is in 2010, so 7 years ago. He was in his early 30s, still pretty old. You know, most guys, if you're not in the league by your early 30s, you're probably not going to get back in. So I sat down. I remember talking to Josh McCown for maybe 15, 20 minutes. It was an awesome interview, and he told me that he had an offer to stay in the NFL from the Bears, but he would have been a second or third string quarterback with the Bears, and he knew he would never see the field. And he basically described the cycle of being a backup. Like, once you're a backup in the NFL, it's hard to ever reclaim a starting position, because you don't get playing time. You don't get to put anything on tape that could entice another team to make you the starter. So instead of staying with the Chicago Bears, he elected to play for the Hartford Colonials because he knew he could get on the field and have some tape. And that was his plan, to get back into the cycle of being a starter, not being a third string or second stringer in the NFL. And it's funny because it really worked out exactly how he described it. This is before he even played his first game in Hartford. He said that this is what I want to use this as a way to get back into the NFL as a starter. And I'm sitting there, not that I'm 22 years old. I don't really know much about the inner workings of pro sports, but I was like, good luck, buddy. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're playing for the Hartford Colonials. But it worked out, and it's one of the more remarkable careers, I think, the fact that he's still playing at age 38 and playing at, I wouldn't say like a high level for an NFL quarterback, but you could do a lot worse than Josh McCown. I think a lot of teams are aware of that.